yeah, like all apprehensive, like this isn't really my thing. I was more excited than any of them. I was like, oh my god, this guy that looks like David Tennant from Doctor Who. Oh no, look, that's from Once Upon a Time. Disney, Big Bang Theory, all that sort of thing. Yeah, I had such a laugh that day. The highlight of it was definitely getting to meet Alex Kingston, who plays River Song in Doctor Who. Like, I had a serious fangirl moment. I was speechless. I got to queue for hours to get her autograph and got to the front and was speechless. That hair is twice the size in real life as it looks on the TV. But yeah, she was lovely. Yeah, I'm never going to... Yeah, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, I've met a fair few celebrities since I've been here, actually. I went to the Melbourne Comedy Festival at the beginning of the year. Well, in March, at the beginning of my time at Oliver's. That was pretty cool. I went to see Sarah Millican and Jenny Clare. Well, they were funny. They were seriously funny. Well worth the ticket price. Well, actually, the ticket price was ridiculously cheap for the value you got. Yeah, they were amazing. Brilliant weekend. Yeah, I was going to say something else. Anyway, yes, so Oliver's came to an end because he wouldn't help me with a visa, and I was restricted a certain amount of time at his before I had to move on. I'm not allowed full-time, like, permanent employment, so I'm only allowed a few months at each place. So end of September I left there, had a couple of weeks break, went to Tasmania for a week, which was fantastic. It was a spur of the moment thing. Booked my flights to and hostel 2 days before I flew. Well, actually I think it was more like 36 hours. Yeah, pretty spur of the moment. So glad I went. Like, Tasmania's nothing like mainland Australia. It's more like England. It's very hilly, very green, very cold, very wet. And they say Melbourne weather's changeable. Woohoo! Not compared to Hobart, it's not. Yeah. Melbourne weather changes every couple of hours. Tasmania is every 2 minutes. Yeah, I loved it. I'd actually love to go back and see more of a place like the north. I stayed in Hobart, which is in the south, and went to Port Arthur, which was incredible. It's more like a small town or a large country estate spread over a large area than an actual jail. It's just jaw-dropping. Like, the beauty of it, it's hard to, like, you're wandering around and you're just like, whoa, this is so pretty. Especially with the harbour. But it's hard to imagine it was once a jail, you know. People died there, they were sent there for stealing bread to feed themselves, you know. Stupid little crimes like that. They were forced to, like, build roads just for the colony. You know, it was mad. But incredibly interesting. The one thing I will say, do not do the ghost tour. Scared me to death. I don't scare very easily, but yeah, something weird happened in the cellar. I'm never going to be able to explain it, but yeah, something very, very weird happened. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Came back from Hobart and spent the Saturday at the Caulfield Guineas, which was the first big race day in the Melbourne Spring Racing Carnival, which I was really excited about because it's, like, huge. The Racing Carnival is worldwide, you know, it's famous. Even I'd heard of it. Back in Britain, I don't even follow flat racing normally. So yeah, I got to dress up, and, like, you see, like, those people at Aintree on Grand National Day or Royal Ascot, you know. Very excited about all that. Never done that before. That was Excuse me. That was pretty cool. Yeah, had a lot of fun. A few days later, I started work at Peter Moody's. I was so excited about that job. I'd always wanted to work in racing, but because of Northern Racing College all those years ago, I put it down as a pipe dream. And suddenly, not only am I starting my second job in racing in Australia, but I'm also working for one of the biggest names in race in the country. You know, he's forever going to be associated worldwide with Black Caviar. So, yeah, to have that on my CV is absolutely fantastic. It's going to open so many doors for me. And I was so excited to be working there. I was jumping for joy when I got that job. Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it. I love it. It's so much fun. Like, the girls there are, well, everyone there is just as nice as they are at Oliver's. You know, I clicked with them pretty easily as well. Though I was a bit quiet for the first couple of days because I had a cold and I'd lost my voice, so I just took the opportunity to keep my mouth shut, regain my voice, and concentrate on learning the new job, which was a lot easier to pick up this time round because I knew the track, I knew the regulations and how to work, and what the horses were like and what to expect from them. But the horses at Moody's are nothing like Oliver's. These ones are a lot more docile. They are very, very sweet. They're a lot quieter, which makes the job a lot easier. But you do get some that play up, generally the colts, which is understandable, really. But yeah, I can say I worked at Peter Moody's when he had a runner in the Melbourne Cup. I did get to go to quite a few of the race days, actually. Like I said, I went to the Caulfield Guineas. I worked for Caulfield Cup Day, but I still got to run over and see the race after work. Then the following weekend I went to the Cox Plate at Moonee Valley. Then it was Derby Day at Flemington. I really had to, well, I gave my bank account a seizure buying a dress for that day. Though I do love the dress. I'm going to wear it for pretty much everything. It's amazing. I love it. So worth the money I brought it for. And then by chance I got Melbourne Cup Day off and I was over the moon about that. I was so excited. I remember saying when I was at Oakville last year I'd love to go and see the Melbourne Cup, but didn't think I'd get the chance. And then here I was, a year later, standing in the owners section of the mounting, like just behind the mounting yard, watching the Melbourne Cup run. And only a few metres away from Michael Owen, like the English soccer player, football player, soccer to Australians. Yeah, that was amazing as well. Like, Ryan Moore rode past in the mounting yard and I was like, whoa, this is one, like, Ryan Moore was one of the biggest names in flat racing in England. It was amazing to see him as well. Yeah, Melbourne Cup Day was pretty epic, to be quite honest. Bit of a dream come true, definitely. Yeah. So, I'm thoroughly enjoying my time at Moody's, learning a lot, have a lot of fun. I've got the best of both worlds. I still see all my Oliver friends every day, and I've got a job with slightly less stress. It's a bit more high profile, and I get to strap. Oh, strapping is fantastic. There's nothing like watching your horse run. It's amazing. Like, the adrenaline rush you get, and the high is nothing like. It's fantastic. You just, your heart just races. It's like you're running with the horse. It's like excitement, will it win, with fear, like, is it going to come back okay, it's not going to break down, is it? I've seen that happen a few times over the last several months, and it's not nice. But that's the risk with the sport, I suppose. You've got to take the good with the bad. Thankfully, it's not happened to anything I know yet. Well, there was elusive shine at Oliver's, but I'd only been there a week, so I hadn't. And he's called the rapist for a reason, you know. But he's all right. He's fine now. He's back and winning races, so he's good. There's one horse I've got who I call my little ginger nutter. She's psycho. Her name's Adele, and she's an angry chestnut mare. She's very much like, she reminds me a fair bit of a younger version of Sania, who I used to look after back home. But more energy, you know. But they sort of remind me of each other. I strapped her at Cranbourne and I didn't stop walking for the whole 2.5 hours we were there. She just would not stand still. I was absolutely knackered by the time I got back. But it was so worth it. She ran a fantastic race. I don't like waiting for the results of a photo finish to come up. That nearly gave me a fatal heart attack. She won by about half a nostril, I think. It was incredibly close, but her jockey is Moody's apprentice, and he gave her a fantastic run, considering she missed the jump out at the start. So I've strapped a few winners, which is always amazing. And everything's going good, I suppose. My birthday was fantastic. The Oliver and Moody's girls met for the first time. That was interesting. Provided with a lot of laughs. They both agreed on one thing: I should get drunk, and they succeeded. I woke up on the bathroom floor the next morning. Felt so ill the next day at work. Oh dear. I've done that a few times though. I've actually passed out in the office at Luke Oliver's with some of the other girls, stumbled out the next morning, started work, either drunk or hungover. The first night out I did have with them, I was holding Shani's hair back while she vomited into the toilet, while Hannah and Carly were passed out on the sofa in the office. Should have known then it was going to be a very interesting time there. So yeah, my birthday was great. Thank you all to everyone who sent cards and messages. It's nice that you remembered and all that. I'm not sure what I'm doing for Christmas yet. I don't think I'm doing anything apart from working. I was talking to my housemate earlier this evening. We were saying that we should do something to mark the day, but we don't know what. Like, we're both on our own. We're both travellers, like backpackers, and he's Irish. So I don't know. I'd like to do something, but I honestly don't know what. So we'll see. Anyway, this is getting a bit long. I think I've filled you in with all the main details. A couple of things you probably didn't want to know. And I hope I haven't sworn by accident. Jack, if you're watching this, swearing's bad. Just left to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, I suppose. Hope you're all okay and everything's going well for you all. Hope you get my cards soon. I've heard there was a problem with customs, so they're going to be late despite my attempt at getting it back on time. We shall see. So I'll contact you and try and speak to you at some point if I haven't already. Suppose that's it really. So yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, have a fantastic 2014, and I don't know when I'll be home to be quite honest, but anyway, just remember I love you and I miss you all every day, and I think about you all the time. So I hope everything's going well. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye!